kick it, Jackie Chan.
What's going on, guys? Better Thanks Us here. Welcome back to the channel. So I got some unfortunate news for you guys. I think the Ecoboost might have went Ecoboost. I haven't showed you guys the video yet, but I got my car tuned. I went with the RevX tuner, tuned by Bama, and I only went with this because of my setup. I needed a custom tune tailored to what I have on the car, and most of the tuners, they are all just off-the-shelf tunes, and unfortunately for what I have, I couldn't do just an off-the-shelf tune. So I went with Bama. I went with the custom tunes. They got the free tunes for life. It sounded like a great deal. When I installed the tune, the car was running great, running perfectly fine. Probably about a week after I had it tuned, I noticed when I started accelerating, there was like some jerkiness, like it didn't want to accelerate. So later on that day, I was on the highway, and when I was on the highway, I put it into sport mode, and I gave it some gas, and it revved very, very high, way higher than it should have. Even though we took off the rev limiter, but it's still revved up way higher than it normally would have. And I got a check engine light, started flashing, so that means obviously it was something serious. And I had the tuner connected to the car. I checked the codes, and there was two codes that got sent off. There was a like PO61A, I believe. It was a internal performance control torque module or something, and then there was another one, the P301A or P031A, whatever it was, and that one was for a cylinder 1 misfire. So I don't really know what's going on with the car, but today we're actually going to be going to my buddy's house. He's been doing work on my car, and we've been putting stuff in the car. We're going to go over there, and we're going to put some new spark plugs in the car and just kind of see what we can find out with the car. So basically, I didn't have a chance to record it, but I went over to Mike's house, and he changed my spark plugs. The spark plug in bank 1 or cylinder 1, it didn't look like it was all that bad, but we just went ahead and replaced all of them. They're gapped to 0.028, I believe. Pretty sure that's what he gapped into. So I got a hold of Bama. I just got off the phone with them probably 5-10 minutes ago, and they sent me an updated tune. So we're going to download that updated tune right now, and I'm going to cut back on, give you guys a little in-car, and see if the problem is still there or not. Hopefully it's still not there, but I don't know if I'll even be able to truthfully get a good test of it because the roads are bad right now, and it was only happening in higher RPMs and higher speeds. So I don't know if this is going to solve the issue, but they said they were going to mess around with a couple things, and if the problem wasn't fixed with this updated tune, then I was going to have to do data logging, which I plan on doing data logging anyways, but that's the plan here. So I have 3 tunes now. The performance one is what was causing me the issues, so I switched over to race. And this is the new race one that they just sent me a couple minutes ago after getting off the phone with them to try to fix the problem. So let's go ahead. This part is what takes the longest. Well, not this specific part, but the actual part of tuning the car. So I'm not gonna sit here this whole time. I'll kind of cut the video and get right to it. So basically, this is telling me that I won't be able to use any preloaded tunes on here because of what I have on the car. Mainly it's because of the wastegate. That's the only thing that they had to custom tune for, the 10-pound wastegate. So we'll confirm. Continue. So this is basically the process in tuning your car if you guys have never seen this before. I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you've probably seen tuning videos and kind of what goes on, but adding it here, and then what's gonna happen is the car is gonna kind of shut off. It's gonna still be on, but you won't have any of these accessories on, like nothing. Radio won't be on, this stuff won't be on. Your back taillights actually stay on, as weird as that is. I don't know why, but go ahead and turn key off. And we'll hit continue. Turn key on. Car's back on. Hit continue here. And this is what you get. So basically, like I said, it's preparing the processor. Just unlocked the processor, now it's preparing it. And all this stuff, it looks like it's, I mean, the car is still on, you still have power to the car, but it's all kind of disabled. So we're about 60% of the way through writing this tune. I wanted to kind of talk about the spark plugs for a sec, because like I said, I didn't get a chance to really address that. They were NGK Iridium spark plugs. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to pick those up yourself. Apparently they're really good spark plugs. The car actually it drives a little bit better now that the spark plugs are in there. I guarantee the spark plugs that I had in there were still from the factory. They were Ford spark plugs, so I'm guessing they haven't been changed since the car rode off the assembly line. So it was good to do that. The car has got almost 50,000 miles on it now, so it was a necessary thing to change the spark plugs. Once you start modding your car, from everything I've gathered, you really need to change the spark plugs. So it's a good thing I did that. I don't want to have my engine blow up. I don't want to be another Ecoboost. So we're finishing up the tune here, 99%, 100%. So it'll reset the processor. Okay, turn that down. So to reset the processor, right here it's clearing the codes, the DTC codes. So obviously you can see check engine lights on, my traction control, advanced track service, whatever. All this stuff is going on. Still clearing the codes. Once it clears the codes, it'll tell you to turn the key off. Turn the key off here. Shut it off. After you shut it off, turn the key on. Car is now on. All this stuff's gone. Congratulations. Vehicle's been programmed. You may now turn the key off. Enjoy. Shut the car off. And go ahead and start it back up. Codes are all gone. This should kick down to about 700 RPMs, I'm hoping. It's probably just because it's cold right now, so it's got to warm up before it kicks down. But we're going to hop to the GoPro, and I will show you guys kind of my impressions of this tune, and maybe this will fix my problem. I'm hoping this fixes the problem. Data logging is kind of a pain in the butt. It does make it easy, though, because I have this tuner, and this tuner is all the on the cloud stuff. So makes it real simple. Another pretty cool thing about this is you have all your gauges and stuff here, so I can monitor a lot of the things that go on with the car on the fly while stuff's going on. Sitting at a little under 1,000 RPMs. Let's find out what it actually is here. Sitting at about 900 RPMs. I know it was sitting at 700 on the performance. Maybe this one was a little bit higher, but let's hop in and see if this fixed my issue. Okay, so we're about to pull out on the main road here. I don't know if I'll really be able to get into it too much here. Kind of a simple acceleration here. So it feels like what they changed beforehand. Whenever you'd feel the shift, the wastegate would dump that pressure in, and the car wouldn't necessarily be as torquey. Still, it kind of lost. So I don't know if they like turned that torque up or changed it up a little bit, but now it's still. I mean, it pulls when it's shifting a lot more than it normally did. So I'm gonna hop on the highway here and try to really test it out, because that's where my issue was higher speed on the highway. So I'm sitting at this light here, should get the green. Okay, let's see if you guys can hear this. Shifting, what happens is, I'm guessing this is how it should have been from the start. When I'm shifting now, it kicks all the way back down and drops it to, from whatever my shift point is, which might be, I think it's 4,000, so under pressure. So it kicks it back down to like 3,000. So it drops all that pressure and then shifts a little bit easier. Try to get back on it here and see if it'll change. Kind of hauling butt through here in Mexico. Stuck behind some traffic. I want to try to lay into it a little bit, but I really can't do that right now. Give it a, try to back off this car a little bit and give it a full pedal to the metal mash here. See what it does. Okay, all right. So it definitely changed a lot. I don't even know how to describe it without doing it again and see what my RPMs did, because I was watching cars. But it feels like it kicks down some, like it's maybe dropping a gear, and then goes all the way up. It revved up to 5,500 there, and then it shifted like it should have. And it wasn't doing that before. That was my issue I was having. I threw 2 codes, and those 2 codes obviously were caused by this tune. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I haven't had any issues with this car with the tune beforehand. So, or with this, I haven't had any issues with the car before the tune. So it's a kind of a no-brainer that the tune is what caused it. We're gonna lay into it here again. Get a chance. So all the way up to 7K, comes back down, shifts right back down. Okay, all right, I can deal with that. Let's see how much boost that I was actually running in that pull. So that one at 21.32 pounds of boost. Intake air temp's good. Woo! You guys just hear that Challenger that's in front of me? His car did not sound good. That shit did not sound very good. And then he just got off. I was trying to mess around with this dude. That car, it didn't sound good. That sounded like he has my same issue, like he's got a misfire. I don't know if he was just revving it like that or what, but it didn't sound very good. So I'm assuming that this issue is solved for now. I'm gonna keep driving this car around. If anything changes, I'll cut it back on and kind of let you guys know what's going on. But if not, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit different than what's usually going on. Usually I don't like talking about what's broken on my car. I want to talk about what's happening to my car, good things, but with all the good things comes negative things, and I'm just trying to get this Ecoboost as quick as it can be and as safe as it can be while doing so. But that's it for this one. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you can get notified when I post. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, and as always,